Welcome back to Reds Fusion LFC, your ultimate home for everything Liverpool. Big headlines today. Federico Chiesa misses out on the Champions League squad against Galatasaray, but he's back in training alongside Hugo Ekitike. Meanwhile, huge updates on Dayot Upamecano's transfer talks, an early warning for Milos Kerkez with Andy Robertson comparisons, and a heartfelt tribute after the sudden passing of former Liverpool manager Matt Beard at just 47. Stay tuned. We're breaking it all down for you right here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with every twist and turn in the transfer window. Federico Chiesa absent from Liverpool Champions League squad for Galatasaray. Federico Chiesa has not been named in Liverpool's 21-man traveling squad for the Champions League clash against Galatasaray at Rams Park on Tuesday. Federico Chiesa has not been selected by Liverpool for their Champions League clash against Galatasaray in Turkey on Tuesday evening. Chiesa took part in open training on Monday morning at the AXA training center ahead of the flight out to Istanbul for the game on Tuesday. However, the Italy international was not part of the 21-man squad confirmed by Liverpool for the second game of their Champions League program. Chiesa had initially been omitted from Liverpool's squad for the first stage of the competition due to the Reds having too many non-homegrown players, but was registered last week when special dispensation was given to the Premier League champions following a season-ending injury to Giovanni Leone. The forward came off the bench to score a late equalizer in the 2-1 Premier League defeat at Crystal Palace on Saturday, and provided 2 assists when starting the 2-1 League Cup win at home to Southampton 4 days earlier. Liverpool have included Hugo Ekitike after the striker served a one-match domestic suspension at the weekend, with 17-year-old Rio Ngumoha also involved and Freddie Woodman, the third of 3 stipulated goalkeepers. Teenage midfielder Trey Nyoni is absent and likely to instead play for the under-19s in the UEFA Youth League game against Galatasaray on Tuesday afternoon, while Jayden Danns is missing with a hamstring. The Reds opened their Champions League campaign with a 3-2 home win over Atletico Madrid a fortnight ago, while Turkish champions Galatasaray were thumped 5-1 at Eintracht Frankfurt. Liverpool squad: Galatasaray: Alisson, Gomez, Endo, Van Dijk, Konate, Kerkez, Wirtz, Szoboszlai, Isak, McAllister, Salah, Bradley, Jones, Gakpo, Ekitike, Mamardashvili, Robertson, Woodman, Frimpong, Gravenberch, Ngumoha. Federico Chiesa trains alongside Hugo Ekitike after Liverpool recall as injured striker missing Ian Doyle reports from the AXA training center, where Liverpool held an open training session to the media this morning before flying out to Turkey for Tuesday's Champions League clash with Galatasaray. Federico Chiesa and Hugo Ekitike were among the Liverpool players to take part in training ahead of the Champions League clash against Galatasaray. The Reds fly out to Istanbul on Monday afternoon ahead of their meeting with the Turkish side the following evening. At Arne Slot's side were put through their paces in an open training session at the AXA training center in Kirkby before jetting out, and Ekitike was involved, having sat out the Premier League defeat at Crystal Palace through a one-match domestic suspension. Fellow striker Chiesa, who scored at Palace, also took part, having been included in the Champions League squad last week following a season-ending serious knee injury suffered by centre-back Giovanni Leone. Ekitike is expected to challenge Alexander Isak for a starting role against Galatasaray with the Sweden international, having featured for 84 minutes at the weekend as he continues to rediscover full match sharpness. Young duo Rio Ngumoha and Trey Nyoni were also involved, with both expected to be on the bench in Turkey. The only other notable absentee was Jayden Danns, with the 19-year-old striker having picked up a hamstring complaint while playing for the under-21s at the weekend. Liverpool opened their Champions League campaign a fortnight ago with a dramatic 3-2 win over Atletico Madrid, while Galatasaray were thumped 5-1 at Eintracht Frankfurt. Liverpool handed Dayot Upamecano transfer update as talks timeline set. We're trying. Latest Liverpool transfer news and gossip with an update on the future of Bayern Munich defender Dayot Upamecano. Bayern Munich chief Max Eberl has provided an update on Dayot Upamecano's future amid increased links of potential interest from Liverpool. The Reds have been credited with an interest in signing Upamecano in recent weeks as they weigh up bringing a new center-back to the club. Liverpool tried to sign Crystal Palace defender Mark Guehi during the summer transfer window, only for the $35 million deal to fall through at the 11th hour. Guehi has since gone on to star for Palace against the Reds, as the reigning Premier League champions lost 2-1 in the Premier League on Saturday. Since missing out on signing Guehi, Liverpool have been dealt an injury blow, with Giovanni Leone expected to be on the sidelines for the rest of the season. Leone was signed by the Reds from Parma in a $26 million deal in the summer, but suffered an ACL injury during the win over Southampton in the Carabao Cup last week. The weeks since the summer transfer window closed have led to Liverpool being linked with signing a centre-back, with Upamecano emerging as a potential target. The France international is out of contract at Bayern next summer and could begin to negotiate a free transfer with clubs outside Germany from January onwards. Reports have claimed that Bayern are looking to hand Upamecano a new contract, and now the club's sporting director, Eberl, has provided an update on the defender's future. I'm not surprised that many clubs are interested in Dayot Upamecano. We are also interested in extending his contract, and that takes a very, very long time, Eberl said in an interview with Sport Bild. Milos Kerkez facing early Liverpool warning as Andy Robertson prediction made. Milos Kerkez has started in all 6 of Liverpool's Premier League games so far this season. But his bedding-in period has not been seamless, and Andy Robertson is breathing down his neck, Alia. McCoist has backed Andy Robertson to fight tooth and nail to regain his spot in Liverpool's team following the summer. Arrival of Milos Kerkez was one of several big-money additions to the Reds squad during the transfer window, and the Hungarian has started in all 6 of the club's Premier League games so far this season. Robertson lined up in the Champions League win over Atletico Madrid as well as last week's League Cup game against Southampton, scoring in the former. But he will no doubt be keen to regain his place in the league side before long. Kerkez has not had the best of starts to his Liverpool career, and was hooked during the first half of the win over Burnley at Turf Moor earlier in the season, and former Rangers star McCoist believes Robertson will be putting the pressure on his younger teammate. McCoist told soccer betting site TalkSport Bet, "I don't think he's got an ego. I genuinely don't. I can guarantee you he'll be disappointed about not starting games. But Andy Robertson's one of these guys. I've known Andy a while, and I've watched him. It's a fantastic story, Andy Robertson's career, Queen's Park, Dundee United, Hull, Liverpool. It's a wonderful, wonderful story. Scotland captain, and he's got there clearly through ability. You don't get there unless you've got it, and he's got bags of it. But he's got an inner strength and a steel about him, which I am 100% confident will keep him in that Liverpool team for a lot of the games this season. I don't have any doubt about it, I really don't. Andy Robertson is the one player I would guarantee will react in the manner that Arne Slot would want him to react in. And that is to get the sleeves rolled up, get yourself into training, work your socks off. If you get asked to play anywhere in any game, you do it. And that's the makeup of Andy Robertson. Kerkez faced criticism for his role in Crystal Palace's winning goal at Selhurst Park on Saturday, and Robertson could come into the team for Tuesday's Champions League meeting with Galatasaray, when experienced heads may be the order of the day in an atmosphere that is notoriously hostile. Matt Beard, cause of death confirmed after former Liverpool manager, 47. Found at home, Matt Beard's cause of death has been confirmed following an inquest into his passing at the coroner's court on Monday. As the footballing world continues to grieve, Matt Beard's cause of death has been confirmed. The former women's football manager was found dead at his home earlier this month at 47. John Griffiths informed a coroner's court hearing on Monday, September 29th, that paramedics were called to Beard's D side, Flintshire home, before he was rushed to hospital. The court heard the tragic news that Beard was found hanged at his residence. Beard, aged 47, was taken to hospital but sadly passed away at 9:15 p.m. on Saturday, September 20th. A full inquest is set to follow after the hearing in Ruthin, North Wales, was adjourned. Reports the Daily Star tributes have flooded in from across the footballing world for the football legend who had managerial stints at Liverpool, West Ham, and Chelsea. Harry, Beard's heartbroken son, took to social media to share treasured memories of his father. In one post, He shared photos of the pair together, penning, "Love you, Dad." 78-25. Always will miss you. While another poignant post featured a photo of him holding his father's hand, with the caption, "Suicide is never the answer. Reach out. Call 111 or 999. Please don't take your own life. We all miss you, Dad." In another video showing Beard jumping into a pool, he wrote, "Never failed to make me laugh. Even when having a bad day, he always used to say, 'I bet I can make you smile,' and he always did." Liverpool FC also released a statement following the heartbreaking news, which read, "The thoughts of everyone at the club are with Matt's family and friends at this devastating time." Matt was not only an extremely committed and successful manager, he was also a person of real integrity and warmth, who will always be remembered with genuine fondness by everyone he worked with at the club. His other former clubs also shared heartfelt tributes to the highly regarded boss. A minute's silence was observed before kickoff in all WSL and WSL2 fixtures on Sunday, 21st September, whilst Liverpool's clash against Aston Villa was called off.